Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Again, want to thank everyone for your support on the channel. All the viewers, all the subscribers, immensely appreciate the support. If you guys do like the content, if you guys do like the video series, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you are a subscriber, make sure to hit that bell button to get alerts and updates on all new content posted on the channel. Today, as you can see here, I have my Stash Invest app pulled up. And today I'd like to talk about the performance at 7.5 months. If you guys remember from my prior videos, I went ahead and jumped into this application, but every one of the investment options open at that time, 37 ETFs and one stock. That one stock is here, Roll with Buffett. And again, remember, these are all rebranded investments. If we go to the overview page, you can see Roll with Buffett is actually ticker symbol BRK.B, Berkshire Hathaway Class B stock. You can see last price, dividend yield, and expense ratio, which is important for ETFs. If we click on blue chips here, this is an example of an ETF. Again, it's entitled blue chips, but if we go to the overview page, you can see this is another rebranded investment option here. Take in the middle, MGC, a very good Vanguard mega cap ETF. And then on the bottom, you can see the expense ratio, dividend yield, last price, some of the top holdings of the ETF here. You can also click over to performance to kind of see how the stock or the ETF has been doing over the last year or so, and then who owns it in the Stash Invest community. So those are the investments. Again, there were originally 37 ETFs, one stock. They have added a few extras, which we'll talk about, and they recently added one more investment option, another ETF that is quite controversial to talk about here on the application before talking about the total returns of the portfolio. So if we click over to the investment options, you can see here that there are a number of different categories, I believe. Again, with a new ETF on the bottom that I have not yet jumped into, Women Who Lead, I Want. If we click down or scroll down on I Want and then click in the middle there, you can see Corporate Cannabis. If we take a look at that, we can see that this is actually an ETF, a rather new ETF, as you can see from the performance graph here, of a number of companies involved in medical or medicinal marijuana. You can see in the middle there, the ticker symbol is MJX. This is an ETF MG Alternative Harvest ETF. Very interesting name to this ETF. You can see the expense ratio there is actually quite high, 0.75%. If we take a look in the middle here, we can see the top holdings here. A number of companies, again, that are invested in medical marijuana. Again, very interesting name, Alternative Harvest ETF. So corporate cannabis. If we take a look up on top here, you can see the overview page, highlight some of the risks involved in getting into this type of stock. You can see mainstream marijuana is a young, volatile industry. Investment combines legal cannabis cultivation, really the medicinal marijuana distribution, medical applications with big tobacco stocks. There's also a few pharmaceutical companies involved. Of note, AbbVie Incorporated. But you can see there in the middle, warning, this is a high-risk, speculative fund exposed to legal and regulatory uncertainty. So a lot of these companies are new, upcoming, very fledgling companies, very small-cap companies that over time may have lots of pressure either with regional government or the federal government on their activities. So very interesting stock, a very controversial ETF here. I'll take a look at some of the information behind this particular stock here. Again, ticker symbol is MJX on the middle of the screen there. It's a very low-cost stock as well, $30.42. So we'll kind of take a look at that, and I definitely will try to add this to the portfolio this next week here. But if we go back to the performance of the portfolio, you can see here it's been doing quite well. Total return on the right there up on top, 17.91%. Again, just to review, I initially put in $1,000 into the portfolio, and you can see it has risen $176.92. There is a discrepancy between that and the portfolio value. You can see $164. So there has been some fees taken out of the application. Again, it charges $1 per month. So you can see that has definitely kind of eroded some of the return, but still the return is at 16+%, 16.4% or so. So that's very, very good overall. Now let's take a look at the investments to kind of see the rate of return. And you'll be kind of surprised to see that there are quite a few stocks that are in the 20+ rate of return, some even approaching 30%. So the market has been on fire. It has been pulling back over the last couple days of trading, over 650 points off the S&P 500 over the last day of trading. So there might be a little bit of a correction happening, but nonetheless, these stocks are still up 20+%, a lot of them, and the majority are up over 5 to 10%. So very, very good performance on the limited number of investment options in this application. So if we quickly scroll down here, you'll see the one stock up on top, Roll with Buffett, 24.91%, almost 25% rate of return. That is phenomenal. Blue chip stocks, 15.56%. And then as I talked about, there are a few stocks approaching 30% return, which is unbelievable. Defending America here, 28.79%. If we take a look at the overview page, you can see this is an iShares account stock, ITA, Aerospace and Defense ETF. Internet Titans here, almost 30% rate of return. You can see this is FDN here, First Trust Dow Jones Internet Index Fund. And you can see the number of companies on here that are in the top holdings: Amazon, Facebook, Netflix, PayPal, Alphabet. They have been having very, very good years. Really, the entire market has been. So some of these numbers should be taken into consideration of that as well. Going down here, Money Machines, 20.3%. American Innovators, 22.23%. Colossal China actually is up over 30%, 31.2%. Amazing here. The ticker symbol is GXC here, SPDR, S&P China ETF. You can see a number of top holdings there. Some of these holdings aren't traditional holdings in a lot of investors' portfolios, so this is a very good ETF to jump into, in my opinion only. I'm definitely not a market professional, so please take that into consideration. Robots rising here, another stock approaching 30% rate of return, 28.61%. Delicious Dividends here, 16.86%. On Cloud 9, another stock, ETF up over 25%, 25.12%. Modern Meds, another stock actually over 30%, 30.59%. So this is quite amazing if you think about it. XBI, SPDR, S&P 500 Biotech ETF. And again, the rate of return on the portfolio is 18.9%, but the whole objective was not to do max return. The whole objective was to get into every individual investment to see what kind of investment options were on the portfolio, or on the application here in the portfolio. And just by buying into every single investment options without trying to optimize for performance, it's still up over 18%. So you can imagine if you only selected the well-performing stocks and ETFs in this application, you could be having a rate of return in the 20 to 30% range, which is absolutely phenomenal. So again, Social Media Mania, 27.33%. Do the Right Thing, 18.91%. Global Citizen, 16.63%. Young Money, 14.97%. Clean and Green, 7.88%. The first stock under 10%. Data Defenders, 11.71%. Up and Coming, 18.57%. Enjoy Yourself, 9%. Raw Earth, 17.63%. Pacific Powerhouses, 15.14%. Copy the Experts, 15.14% as well. And then there are a few stocks on the bottom here that aren't as good as the others, but they're still rather good on average for an average year in the stock market. Aggressive Mix, 5.92%. Water the World, 14.07%. Home Sweet Home, 13.1%. Live Long and Prosper, 12.33%. Slow and Steady, 6.1%. Equality Works, 12.18%. Essential Europe, 11.39%. Small but not Mighty, 9.98%. And then a few on the bottom here, not so great rates of return in comparison to the others. Moderate Mix, 2.4%. 9%. Retail Therapy, 9.5%. That's definitely been coming back over the last few months or so. All That Glitters, 3.18%. Conservative Mix, 1.42%. And then the first stock in the negative here, Park My Cash, 0.07% in the red. Public Works, 1.72% in the red. Uncle Sam, 3.52% in the negative. And Wireless Wonders down negative 5.52%. So there are only 4 stocks out of the entire portfolio here that are in the negative, a few below 5%, but the rest, the majority here, are over 5 to 10% rates of return, with a number of stocks in the 20 to 30% range, and two of them over 30%, which is absolutely phenomenal. Again, let's go back up to Modern Meds. Our Colossal China here, 31.2%, and Modern Meds here, 30.59%. So it's 2 stocks over 30%, and I think 5 over 20%, with a number of those approaching 30% rates of return. So just, again, wanted to go over the 7.5-month performance of the Stash Invest portfolio. Also highlight corporate cannabis. I'll be jumping into that stock to kind of see what kind of rate of return we can get from that. I'll also be buying some of that. Hopefully it's available on Robinhood, and kind of follow that along to see exactly what happens with medicinal marijuana or recreational marijuana. So very, very interesting to kind of see that on the application. And I think a lot of that has to do with buzzworthy news, having that added to the Stash Invest portfolio. Again, just wanted to quickly go over the performance. Again, 7.5 months, it's up 17.91%. The overall portfolio value down a bit just because of the fees taken out of the portfolio. But again, exceptional performance. This is not optimized for max return. If you did optimize, you could probably be looking at 25% plus rate of return on a very simple application that you can invest in fractional shares. I don't think I mentioned that on the beginning, but this is another great part of this application. You can buy stocks for as little as $5 and follow that forward. So again, just wanted to quickly go through the application here, highlighting the 7.5-month performance. Again, a new stock on the application, medicinal marijuana, the corporate cannabis ETF. Definitely will dive into that. I'll also see if that is available on Robinhood, some of the other brokerage accounts, to dive in and kind of follow along to see what happens with that very unique ETF. So again, don't want to make the video too long. Just wanted to update you guys on the application. Let me know if you guys are still on the application. I've been very impressed. This is not optimized, and it's still up over 17%, almost 18% rate of return, with a little bit extra taken off because of fees. But very, very good. Very, very impressed with the application investment options so far. So kind of with that, I'll end the video. Again, let me know if you guys are on the application still or have moved on to other brokerage accounts. Again, if you guys enjoy my content, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Definitely appreciate all the feedback on the channel, all the support. Immensely appreciate all the support from you guys. And yeah, until next video, we'll see you then.